On behalf of TVLesson.com, I'm Dr. Laura Grashow, a licensed child psychologist here in South Florida. Let's talk about how to respond to your child when they've had a particularly difficult or trying time in life, or even a rough day. We want to be empathic listeners for our children, and so we really need to figure out, do they just need good listening and validation of their feelings, or do they need a real solution to a problem? Oftentimes, kids are asking for validation of their feelings, and they don't necessarily want a solution, but sometimes they do. So probably the safest route to go is to, in order to diffuse some really intense feelings, if that's the case, is to let your child tell you about what's upsetting him or her, and then basically tell them, that you understand why they might feel the way that they do. You may not be agreeing with why they feel the way that they do or the action that they took, but you want to validate their feeling, because that will help diffuse the intensity of the feeling. And once that happens, then you can engage in some problem solving. So you can ask them, should we talk about how to handle this the next time it happens? They may really not want to do that, and that's a judgment call on your part. If you see a pattern and you really want to talk to them about it, you may insist. But then again, if this is a one-time thing, really they may have just come to you for validation of their feelings. So it's important to be an empathic listener first, to help diffuse the intensity of any anger or sadness, and then you can engage with your child in problem solving. So for example, if a child is really upset and feels that they've been wronged during recess or out on the playground, but they also have been a part of the problem, it's going to be really difficult to get them to see where they've contributed without first validating their feelings. So it's perfectly fine to say to a child, I understand why you feel that way. And then you have them more available to be aware of how they contributed to the situation.